My name is Dr. Alyssa Blissenbach. My medical background is in internal medicine. I went to medical school at State University of New York in Buffalo, in New York. And then after I graduated there in 1996, I went to Medical University of South Carolina for internal medicine, where I did a 3-year residency and specialized in internal medicine. And then after that, I moved down to Jacksonville, Florida, where I began my practice in 1996. And I've been there ever since, about 16 years now. Blissful Wellness is a medical weight loss center. We have 3 locations at this point, and it originated from me wanting to help with the obesity crisis that we have today. I started in my medical practice in about 2008, 2009, when I started to notice that so many patients were becoming more obese. They were developing diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, asthma, infertility, so many medical problems. In 1 week, I had diagnosed at least 3 or 4 diabetics that were patients of mine long term for years now. I said, I don't know what's going on here. There's just so much obesity and so much diabetes. So I decided to take on a weight loss product in my practice, shakes for the most part. I spent hours developing all kinds of diet plans with higher protein, low carb. We've been preaching low carb to our diabetics for decades, but we never really applied that to the general population. We were so driven to just provide that diet for the diabetics. And then after doing a lot of research, I realized that was the diet for everybody. So I made that a practice within my practice to do exclusively low carb, higher protein. And then my patients were doing so well. I was having them come off the diabetic medications, the insulin, the pills, and they started to tell their friends about it. And I couldn't support all that in my building, in my practice. It was getting to the point where people were located all over the city, not just in my general location. So I decided to take it out and open up several other centers to accommodate people. And that's how Blissful Wellness was born in 2010. Full Core actually came into my life when I first started Blissful Wellness. I had talked to a colleague of mine who was also in weight loss, and he had introduced me to it, and he loved it, and he gave me a sample while I was there. We didn't wind up merging together. He went his way and I went mine, but I brought it into my medical practice and then into Blissful Wellness based on all of his recommendations and the great taste. And then, once I learned that it had a lot of fiber, it had a lot of vitamins, the patients loved the taste, it was very easy to have my patients get started on it and get all the medical benefits as well as the taste from it. So it became very easy to introduce. That's how I got started on it. They're seeing all kinds of results. Their cholesterol is coming down. Irregularity, which is so frequently associated with the lower carb diets, has resolved tremendously. That's a big problem in our practice, is the irregularity that goes, and the constipation that goes along with the diet. So it's invaluable for that, because I don't like my patients taking a lot of pills. They take a lot of pills to begin with, so it's nice to give them another alternative so they don't get addicted to laxatives and things of that nature. So we've had a tremendous improvement in that. We've had a tremendous improvement in the high cholesterol, as well as the vitamin supplementation. So much of the population is vitamin deficient. So when they actually get the B12 and the vitamin C that helps with the immune system and all the other fatigue issues that they have, it's invaluable that the patient can get so much out of one beverage, one supplement. So it's helped in multiple different areas. Obesity today it's an epidemic, not only amongst adults, where it's 75% of the population or so, but amongst children, where it's 30% and growing. The children today have a tough road to follow because they have to fit in, and that's really difficult to do. And a lot of the foods out there today are also so high in carbohydrate, and everything tastes so good that they really have a lot of choices. So getting them to get to a product that's actually going to fly under the radar and make sure that they're not standing out is very important. But what's also important is to control their appetite, because today there are so many things, again, to choose from, and they have ravenous appetites. And the more carb you introduce to their regimen, the hungrier they get. So if you can get something that's going to take the edge off so they don't have that drive to go out and eat and that drive to go towards the potato chips and other products that are causing more harm than good, then that's invaluable. If you can get in one product something that's going to give you appetite control, as well as give them all the medical benefits that they need and have a really cool name, I mean, it's going to be invaluable to that population, especially for us who have a very difficult time to coordinate everything, to make sure that they fit in and that they're really going to do the right thing. So taking off the appetite edge is very important to us. Full Core is a fabulous substitute for soda. It tastes great. It doesn't taste that different. It's also got a carbonated taste to it. And it tastes very similar to some of the products that are out there that are awful for the children, such as the Mountain Dew and the Mellow Yellow, that kind of thing. It tastes very similar, so it's a fabulous substitute for that. And the way it appears in the can and its name also substitutes very well. I think for me, as a primary care physician who is involved very heavily with a very sick population, I do a lot of the senior care, as well as I reach a lot of people out in the community with Blissful Wellness. My medical patients and my patients' health is invaluable to me. It's extremely important. So if I can find a beverage or a supplement that's going to make it easier for me to get my patients well and that it tastes great at the same time, that's going to be huge, okay? So, that's why I love Full Core, because not only do I give them a great taste, which is half the battle. If it doesn't taste good, no one's going to take it, okay? And it's same with pills. If they're larger pills, they're not going to go there. So if I have a product that I can tell them tastes great, and oh, by the way, look at all the medical benefits you're going to get out of it, they'll love it. And they do love it. I recommend it all the time in both Blissful Wellness as well as my medical practice. And it's easy because when you're a physician, they trust your judgment. They take everything you say as gospel truth, and if they're compliant patients, that's the way it really should be. As long as you're promoting something you believe in and you trust, and that's well done and is going to work for them, then then it works. And for us to be able to promote a product that I believe in and that I feel comfortable with, they're going to do well with it. So it's easy with Full Core. It really is. Full Core is a fabulous supplement for appetite control because it can be used in various parts of the day and through various aspects of the diet. Really, you can have Full Core depending on what you like for breakfast, lunch, dinner, in between as a snack, but it's also invaluable to have maybe an hour, a half an hour before you eat because the fiber content really fills you up. Therefore, you're not as hungry, and when you go to sit down to eat, you're going to eat less. So that's a great way to help with the diet throughout the day because appetite is always a problem for people. And although there are lots of diet beverages out there, they're not very healthy beverages. They don't contain any vitamin supplementation or any fiber. Someone like my husband who for breakfast occasionally will have 2 Diet Pepsis or 2 diet beverages, this is a great product to exchange for that because it's got much more nutritional value, many more health benefits, so you can really use it all types of ways throughout the day to give people the health benefits that they really, really need.